been the community health worker with LINC for just under 2 years. Like Brendan said, I've been involved for a lot longer though through some of the groups like boxing and drama and stuff like that. So LINC is the only NGO working specifically with lesbian and bisexual women in Ireland. We're based on White Street in Cork, and really our work is as varied as the individuals who use our service. If we break down the key areas of our work as an organisation, we look at health, education and training, social support, and then policy and human rights. In relation to our health programmes, this includes workshops and training on mental, physical and sexual health. That includes nutrition, healthy eating, stress management. We also do one-to-one supports, and we offer low-cost counselling service. Apart from this, we facilitate a soccer team, walking and rambling groups, boxing, and then periodic groups that happen for maybe like 6 weeks at a time, like social dancing, self-care, and then personal development groups. We've run Artist's Way and Managing Stress this year. So during COVID-19, we've run a Pledge for Health challenge, and that asked community members to kind of take on physical challenges, fitness challenges, steps challenges, getting people out walking and offering at-home workout ideas, and then also some wellbeing resources like meditation, yoga, stuff like that. And at the moment, we're also contributing to a women's health research group, and that's in relation to screening and community engagement with health services. So our education and training programme, and some of that, so you'll witness today, I'll give you an example of it. That can be further divided then into 2 areas. So we look at community education, and then we provide LGBT plus diversity training. So our community education, it's really steadily progressing, and especially over lockdown and during COVID, it's given us an opportunity to expand this. So we've facilitated ukulele lessons, we've had online language learning lessons, coding, computer coding for adults and for kids, and we've also more recently had some coming out talks. So our LGBT diversity awareness training, it's delivered by Kate, who's the coordinator of LINC, and myself. We bring that to secondary schools, to colleges, to businesses, companies and health services. And again, this area of our work has now been adapted for remote access. So in the past couple of weeks, we've delivered that to 2 large multinationals, and we're doing it again next week. So a large part of what we do at LINC really is facilitating space and supporting social engagement from the community. And we do this by trying to help establish a network. And that really is imperative to full, healthy and fulfilling participation, particularly if an individual has had negative experiences in relation to coming out. And how we do this is we offer peer support, and that has been incredibly important during lockdown. So we've had one-to-one Zoom calls with people. Pre-COVID, we had lots of family outings and gatherings for lesbian and bi parents and their kids. We run a drop-in service 4 times a week, and that's now on Zoom as well. And we have a book club, an adventure group, we have a drama club, and we have generally events, gatherings, celebrations, party, things like that, and just lots of get-togethers. And then finally, in relation to policy and human rights, we provide submissions that inform and assist policy development. And then we run campaigns, and one of our more recent campaigns was a call on Polish people, the Polish diaspora living in Ireland, to support LGBTI plus people in Poland through how they voted. And we delivered that with the help of our community members through both Polish and English. So really, like today, it's a fabulous event, and talking about self-care it's a really tricky area, because I think most of us know what we need to do to keep our mental health strong, but to do that and do it consistently is really challenging. So I think practicing self-care to me is eating well, exercising when I can, good sleep patterns, and then really just trying to surround ourselves with positive and affirming experiences and people, and also having that outlet for difficulties and ways to manage our stress well. And I really think to get this right all the time can be challenging. So to me, maintaining positive mental health is about creating a structure that can hold us during difficult times. And I believe we can't, in my own opinion, I believe we can't create that structure without all of the elements of good health. So if I exercise, if I eat well, if I can experience positive connections with my family or my friends, if I have good quality sleep, I can usually handle whatever challenges are coming my way, or at least handle them better than I would if any of those things were missing. Mental health as our psychological, emotional, and our social well-being is changeable. It's constantly in flux, and I think probably now more than ever. So adopting this kind of perspective helps us to inform the design of mental health supports and trying to account for as many positive contributors as possible. And that's really a personal and a professional position. During times of uncertainty or stress, it's really important to be in a position to just lean into whatever keeps us well. So a solid social network and really just good general health. So operating from that place where people can kind of build a structure or a scaffolding that supports their mental well-being, it feeds directly into empowerment and self-care. And that's really how I aim to design my own self-care, but also how I would advise community members to envision their own self-care plan. So when somebody comes into me, I look at their dietary habits. Are there contributors in the diet to poor mental health? Is there excessive sugar, caffeine, nicotine, alcohol? Are any of these contributing to poor sleep patterns? Is there regular exercise in the individual's routine? What are their social connections like? And normally from there we can build a plan that looks to improve the weaker areas that contribute to poor mental health, but really also to emphasize the areas that are strong positive contributors to good mental health, and to lean into those. Often in LINC, we're really working with a community who have experienced on a very, very broad scale different levels of exclusion, harm to their social and emotional well-being, and sometimes even physical harm. So rebuilding the gaps that contribute to poor mental health, it takes an all-inclusive approach. So our soccer group is just as important for one woman as our counselling services for another. The drop-in is a really positive contributor to some, while connecting through something like an adventure or a book club is a much better fit for others. And that's why our service has to be quite dynamic and responsive. So our approach as an organisation is holistic and very much driven by the understanding that all elements of health are interconnected. Where we'd invite participants to comment on their experience of the exercise. But given the time constraints here, I might just ask you if anyone does have any thoughts on it that we might share just till the questions and answer section at the end. So this exercise is one of a number of our interactive elements on our LGBTI awareness training. And like really largely what we're doing here is we're trying to build a sense of empathy and understanding with the allies that we're growing, and asking them to consider experiences and situations that they just have never had to, and just raising those questions around how our structures, societal and institutional, are built to favour very limited ways of being and a very narrow view of what's accepted and celebrated. So the impact really of delivering and implementing this training for the organisations who take part, it's directly connected to improving the mental health of LGBTI plus employees in that organisation. So after the training, allies are equipped with correct terminology, they're armed with the facts around LGBTI plus experiences, and really overall they have an opportunity to grow their empathy and ability to challenge discrimination, and an ability to promote and celebrate diversity. Ultimately, the goal here is to improve LGBTI plus employees' experiences of their workplace, and just also to improve feelings of acceptance on a personal level, to build stronger, more inclusive teams for that company or that organisation, and for that company as a whole, to have a happy and a diverse workforce. To have a workforce like that feels recognised and accepted, it means that your workforce is productive. So whatever the goal is, even if it's monetary gain for the organisation, or if it's positive service user experience, just boosting the mental health of the staff or the volunteers is always conducive to the overall aim of any company or any organisation.